The 2022 Audi RS3, available next spring, continues with its turbocharged inline 5-cylinder engine, inspired by its rally cars of the last century. The firing order is the same, 1-2-4-5-3, as those championship-winning vehicles, and output is now rated at 401 horsepower, 7 horses up from the previous model. Torque is rated at 369 pounds-foot. Torque maxes out at just 2,250 rpm and continues until 5,600 rpm, and max power comes in earlier too. That's good for a supercar-like 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of either 155 miles per hour or 174 miles per hour, depending on options. A 7-speed dual-clutch transmission distributes power to all 4 wheels, and the RS3 now sports a variable exhaust control flap for a broader sound. The standard RS suspension features new shocks and valve system that are both specific to the RS3. Audi says they respond faster and more efficiently. Adaptive dampers are optional, which continually adjust to the road and chosen drive mode. The wheels also have more camber than the previous model, which leads to a sharper steering response and increased cornering force, says Audi. The fronts have 1 degree of additional camber over the A3. The rear wheels have half a degree extra. Audi had to modify the pivot bearings, and new bearings were equipped in the lower wishbones, subframes and stabilizers at the front. The 4-link rear gets upgraded over the A3 as well. The RS3 sits about an inch lower than that car. All of the suspension data is captured and analyzed by the new modular vehicle dynamics controller, which then synchronizes the torque splitter, adaptive dampers and wheel-selected torque control. It makes the car handle better, is the short version. The RS3 is offered with either steel or carbon ceramic brakes with 6-piston calipers in several colors. The new RS3 gets a more aggressive and futuristic look than its predecessor with slim daytime running lights and checkered flag lights below. Matrix LEDs are optional. The intakes are bigger, as is the central opening. It gets a new air outlet behind the front tires and redesigned rocker panels on both sides. The rear sticks with 2 tailpipes but gets a black grille just above as opposed to the body color on the previous model. A new selection of 19-inch wheels are available, and if ordered, Audi will mount semi-slick Pirelli Trofeo R tires. Inside, the RS3 features the Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus along with a 12.3-inch screen. In addition to your normal navigation and media function, it also has a selection of specific screens for things like power and torque percentages. You can also display the gauges in RS runway mode, in which the values are displayed in the opposite direction, resembling an airport runway with the highest speeds in the foreground and lowest in the background. It also can show your lap times, G-meter, acceleration. You can also put shift lights in the head-up display. Elsewhere in the cabin, you get carbon fiber, sports seats and embossed stitching. Buyers can spec leather with contrasting stitching in black, red or green. RS design packages are also available to match with seat corners, seat belts and air vent accents. Audi hasn't priced the RS3 in the US yet, but in Europe it will cost €62,000, which converts to about $73,000, but usually there are price differences besides the conversion. The new color you see is called Kyalami Green.